Hello, it is first full day of summer, June 22nd. I posted something yesterday on creating a ebook cover, and that's pretty straightforward because you have a single item, which is the front page. And the folks at Cardigan Press say they use Canva, as did I, but they also use InDesign, which is an Adobe product, but it's not included in my package, so I'm using it. And the point here is this is something that you can use um, without having to spend that much money. Now, I do have a Canva subscription, so I don't know the extent to which you can do this on the free package. That said, we're going to be using the book we did before, which was I took a look, and it's 6x9 and 240. 6x9 are the dimensions, and 240 pages. So what we want to do is, and I did a search for, I did a search for KDP cover size calculator, and this came up, and I plugged in 6 inches, 9 inches, cream paper, 240, and these are my dimensions. And so you might want to write that down, because these are what you care about at this point is the full width and full height dimensions, which are 12.85 on the width and 9.25. And that's basically a quarter of an inch added to the 6x9 side with as you can see, a spine width of 0.6. Now, don't worry about exactly how it works, because when you upload it to KDP for paperback, if it is the wrong size, it will tell you what the right size is supposed to be. And then you can just go back and resize, and we'll look at what resize is in Canva in a second. So so it's bounced over to Canva, and we're going to pretty well stay here for the balance of this. Do a search for book cover. Now I cheat because I already have done covers, and so I just take what I have and modify it, but you don't, presumably. So let's go from scratch. This is a cover. It is now you can go to if you want to with Canva, you can take a look at various other covers, and you can take them, and then mostly for the fonts and the setup, and then you can substitute your own images, your own photos or whatnot. But we're starting completely from scratch here. So this is, you can look at the size, it is 1:4:10:2250 in pixels. So I want to resize this in inches. We looked it up, and it is, as I say, it's 12.85 on the width, and it is 9.25 on the height. And voila, this is our cover. There are 3 elements. There's the front cover, the back cover, and there's the spine. And to start with, I want to do the front cover. And rather than using the image we've been using, I'm going to pull up another image I've used. This is from Unsplash, where I get my images. And this is actually, I've used this for a book called Fairy Tale of New York, which actually does make reference to that song. So there's the cover image. Okay, let's make it so it fits. I know I was futzing around with it yesterday about getting it to fit. And ideally, what you want the width to be here is 6.1 or 6.2. The reason for that is if it is not that wide, when you try to load it up, it's going to be a problem. Because this has to be at least 6 inches. So that's where it is. 5.9, 6. Okay, let's try 6.1. We'll be able to correct this later on if there's a problem when we try to upload it to Kindle. So don't lose a lot of sleep over this. There it is, hitting this full screen thing. Okay, that's part 1. Now we have our image. Then we want to add at least 2 other boxes. Okay, text, and the simplest way to do it is simply take a box, add a heading, boom. Now you have a little box, okay? And you can make this whatever you want it to make, and we'll make it. Okay, all you've done is created a text box, and then you can type whatever you want. story of a person lost, whatever. Now, normally what you do is you prepare your back cover as a Word document, and you just cut and paste it here. But I'm not going to do that at this point. And you can, of course, change everything here. You can change the font. This is just like a word processor. Okay. You can change the size up here, just as we did with the cover yesterday. Make it smaller, make it whatever size you want. Okay. And then you can squeeze it in, and you can center it. You can center your little box, and move it around. You get these guides. I'll flesh that out a bit more to make it more interesting. Then you need your cover, your subheading, and you just want to rotate that. Rotate it to 90, to 90. Well, I don't know. There may be a way of doing it automatically. I don't know. 99. Just put this here. Now, this is all very rough. Okay. Remember, the other book was Roisin, so I'll do that. ROISIN. Cam. Oh, name on it. Don't worry about that. Again, this is just getting it done. Going to be formatting it to make it fit. Just do it, playing around with it. Now we know I like the tangerine that happens to be there. So there we go. Again, you're going to be able to fine tune all of this stuff down the road. I'm just trying to get it set up. Okay, now you say, oh, this is kind of crappy. Okay, now this is the back. This is your color. Okay, so with Canva, you can go here. Now you have this wheel, which gives you you can just cycle through and try to find a color. Okay, might work. Okay, but it's not good. But color. Down here, you have the photo colors. It picks up the colors in the photo of your front cover. So maybe you want to use one of those for the back. I used black when I first did the book, but I realized I didn't have this option. Let's make it like this. Okay, it's picking up the brown and obviously can't be bad. So as with everything else, just change. Cool. Same thing here. You just change the color the way you would do anywhere else. There we have it. Here's your cover. I'm going to, just for the sake of just getting some text here. And here. Again, just editing just as you would something else. And obviously your font's going to be a lot smaller than this. Let's make it 12. Make it bigger so you can see it. Whatever, you can make that whatever font you want. Now, cover. That's all well and good. That's what it looks like. I want to move this a bit. Okay, now, but what about the name of the book? So it's the same deal. Got a heading. Remember, the book was Roisin Campbell. Other accents, pains. Irish woman in New York. Okay, so that's, I mean, that was, we liked that. Well, I liked it at least. I can't speak for anyone else. Tangerine font. Okay, not going to be able to see that because of the picture. So it's obviously don't use who they are. Simply change the color, make it white. Boom. Okay, now this part we want smaller font. I use this down. Make it. Okay, make her name a bit bigger. Again, this is not the image on the book, so it's a little bit, not as much room. Remember, I told you to make things closer. You simply go to the line spacing and you can move it up. Boom. It's a little tricky because one thing about this is you're not quite sure where the center is. There's the center of the photo, but it will be a little bit different in the paperback. But so let me just do this, and let me try to sneak my name up here to add a subhead, get something else. Ah, there it is. Whoa, come over here. Okay. My name. Can't read it. That's because it's black. So like wipe this white here. And I like using a fancy font. Green. Again, that with this particular cover, that's not going to be great. But let's say I wanted to, and I've done this with other covers. Make it small, make it right justified. Right justified. And just move it over here. Maybe it'll fit. Go to effects, tighten it just a tiny bit. See it? Okay, let's move this down a little. And you know something? Let's change the color on this. It's kind of black. There, these still the colors in the package. It's just not going to work. Try that. Okay, or you can go, as I say, to the wheel here. This button, kind of like the yellow, move it around, and you can kind of see it. You can see it changing what it will look like, these various colors. You know, or do I even want to go to a reddish color because of the lipstick? Maybe not. But again, you can, this is giving you, you know, you sometimes have issues with the image, that it's the image is too dark, and you have to find a color that's not the most comical that works. Let's say that. Okay, let's say that's the. I have to be consistent. So how do I do that? Well, it will have the colors you're using right here. So you're going to be matching the colors you're going to be using. This is a spray, so we can get rid of that. When I was trying to do that. Boom. Let's make it a little smaller. Let's make the same color. Be consistent. Here's our same color. Now, one thing you want to do with this is, boom, boom, boom. You're gonna have at some point you're gonna have to say who you are. So let me just say, who's a New York lawyer? Okay, now you have to have space here for your barcode for your ISBN. So once again, all you're doing here is editing. You go boom, get it there, and you can put returns here. Let's make the font smaller, or you keep it the same size. It's up to you. Let's see this. Now it's a pure eyeballing. Now you can't play with this so much because, well, you can't play with that because that would affect everything. And in theory, you could put a separate box, but I like it to be part of the same thing and just doing hard returns within it. Okay. Boom. And just give me a little off the margin. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's do this. Boom. Okay, I'm going to do this little twist, little trick. Figure it out. Okay. Okay, what did I do? Okay, 21.7. I lost the size there. I'll tell you what I was doing in a second. History. 21.7. Boom. Size. And that I centered it. That was my mistake. There. Why did I do that? Well, so this little toy here. I want to put this. I want to put this in the document. Come on. Undo. Let's undo that because it didn't work properly. What I wanted to do is move this little thing here. See, it just got too big. But now I'm not going to worry about that. That's just putting another image in. So what does the cover look like? That's what the cover looks like. And again, make the same color. Eyeball it, decide how you want it. This is over too far, just move this over. Again, this text would be much smaller and much longer. Move this down as far as you want. And that is what happens. And then to do it, you simply download it to a PDF. And that's what you would upload to KDP. And I'll try that next time to show you how that works. But let me just go to your Canva home. And as you can see, this is what the cover actually looks like. Okay, it's a long thing here, and I do put the logo below it, and I just don't know where that disappeared to. That's what one uploads to. That's what I uploaded to the KDP. Yeah, this is just to show you. Yeah, this has that logo in it. And that's it. So let me stop the share. If this worked. And next time we'll try to upload it, see what happens when we go to KDP. But as always, if you have any questions, just let me know. And thanks.